Truckers are the heartbeat of America.
It helps if I unmute myself. I haven't done this since Arlene was around. You're looking at me and I'm going, what am I doing wrong? What's going So what it is I'm distracted with too much stuff. I got a lot of technology going on here. We're starting a broadcasting system here on the website, and I'm forgetting the simple things, guys. So welcome to
So
the
in other words, welcome to the TIBN. John Grosvenor's got his ABC operation going on, but hey, folks, we're glad to have you tonight. And John, I'm really excited about tonight's show.
Me too. Me too. In fact, we have our first guest is here, just so as you know.
Then let's get to the card.
Let's get to the car. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have the Fist of Fury coming in here. Let me bring in a little bit of introduction, and you should know who this is as soon as you hear it.
Fighting out of the red corner, she weighed in at 135 pounds. She stands 5 feet 6 inches tall with a 66-inch reach. Her record is 0-2. She fights out of the Pittsburgh Fight Club from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Jaime Chesney.
Jaime Chesney, welcome to the show, hon. Oh, now you're muted.
She's muted too.
No, she doesn't show me. Uh-oh. All right, you want to come back in? Yeah, or something tonight. Just step out, yeah, and come back in. Oh man. So, and I'm misspelling words here. So anyway, Sean, as we're waiting for Jamie to come in, anything been on your mind this week?
Well, let's see. I've sat here since 10:30 last night waiting to get potatoes unloaded.
That detention time's awesome, huh? So, how much they paying you for that? About what, 5 cents an hour?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'll call the buyer tomorrow and figure that one out. If they want to keep paying me to sit here on their potatoes, reefer's going.
Isn't that the oldest trick in the world with reefer? Is they always try to use you for storage?
Well, yeah, it is. I mean, don't kid yourself. They know how to use the reefer for their game if they have to.
That's why they got to pay for it, man. That's accessorial charges. You got to be paid for storage on that reefer. 4 or 5, 6. They're waiting for them prices to come up on the produce.
Well, and not only that, I mean, they play that game all the time. You could be hauling a load of produce and get on the way to the market, and all of a sudden the price went down, so now they got to find a reason to reject the load.
So they got to find. That doesn't begin to make sense. So they order the stuff.
I'll give you a very quick prime example. I picked a load of celery up out of Arizona one time. Okay? Supposed to go to Stop and Shop down south of Boston. Showed up, got there. They pulled it up, pulled 15 boxes off the trailer, put everything back, sent me up to Boston Market because they said the celery was too piffy. Now, to give that in layman's terms, it's a growing disease in the field. When I get to Chelsea Market, they tell me that's one of the best celery loads they've ever had. But the price dropped.
Yeah, that's one of the oldest tricks in the books. But that's like back in the old days when we tie hide our own load, and you'd see a damaged product, and while you were tie hiding, you put that in the center of the tie, on the tier, and then you put the next layer on top, you bury that shit, man. So they check it in and stuff, they see no damages, and they're all good to go. And well, what they don't know hurts them. How about now?
There you go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, she got echo.
There it is. She came in twice for some reason. Crazy.
Does that work better?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, we got the Miss Jaime Chesney, the Fist of Fury of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We heard the introduction. I know you heard that because I saw you laughing.
Yeah, those stats were incorrect, by the way. I'm closer to 5'8" than 5'6", so.
Well, you like being taller.
Hey,
I mean, more of a reach on your opponent, so it's important.
Well, I mean, we just went with what you had to work with, Jamie. And yeah, please trust me. If we're ever in a bar fight, we want you on our side, okay?
So, how are you gentlemen doing? What's new? What's going on in the truckers' world?
Well, let's see. Leland Schmidt's got the FMCSA all talking about his proposal. Let's see what else. Oh, yeah. Mr. I want to wear a fake prosthetic titty thinks there's a driver shortage.
Don't forget the speed limiter. They're trying to put in a speed limiter.
Oh, yes. Now they want to put in speed limiters at 65 or 68 mile an hour, depending on what they decide at government. You
want trucks running side by side at 65, 62 miles an hour on the interstate when it's 70. You want to deal with that crap, all that backed up traffic, and
no, it doesn't sound like a good idea to me.
Yeah, we don't think so either. Especially out there, the speed limit's like 75. I have seen it in California where they got split speed limits and trucks are 55 miles an hour, and you get a truck doing 55, and the lane, the left lane was ending, and a car come behind him, but there was another truck. They were staggered. And he come around him and nearly ran into the other truck he couldn't see because there was such a difference in speed.
Right.
And this is the sort of problems we're going to have with this. Is trucks going too slow or cars are going too fast, we're going to have conflicts of speed.
So who are making these laws and these regulations?
That'd be the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration is trying to make this regulation. But what they're really trying to do is circumvent the law because there is no legislative authority in this for them to set a national speed limit for anybody. So they're trying to say they're requiring a piece of equipment on your truck to reduce your speed. So they're trying to use like a channel there. They're trying to create a channel where they can navigate this. But really, they're just trying to circumvent the law.
Wow. It doesn't sound smart, so you got to keep fighting.
Well, I'll tell you where a lot of this starts, though, Jamie, just to give you a quick history. One of the members that is on the DOT board, or whatever you want to call him, his son was involved in a tractor-trailer accident 20 years ago. And now he is fighting for the whole industry to have speed limiters put on trucks. He's been doing this for 20 years.
Wow. So does he actually have any experience as a trucker?
No. In fact, he's an insurance agent.
I was going to say he was a financial advisor at one time. I think he's a insurance agent now. He's known nothing about trucking.
So how is he implement these regulations when he's not even an expert in the field?
They call him a stakeholder because he's created a 501c3 organization. So this somehow gives him an authority to have a voice to be on the MIX Act. That stands for Motor Carrier Safety Advisory Committee.
It doesn't sound like he's a true authority, if you ask me.
Yeah. There's a lot going on.
And I understand how that can change a person, but if he's not an expert in the industry, then he doesn't have a greater understanding of how it works and what needs to be done.
That's what it
to me, this makes about as much sense as you suing the MMA because they gave you only one. They didn't give you a choice of which boxing gloves or whatever you needed to protect your arms or your hands or your feet.
Yeah, that wouldn't go over too well.
Yeah, which I'm sure there's various to choose from.
Yeah, it's usually up to the promoter, and it's all checked by the commission. So, yeah, I doubt
I
anybody
mean,
would go for that unless there was faulty equipment or something.
John and I have talked about this before, and like we've always said, any untimely death is a tragedy.
Right.
But after 20 years, it's time to let it go. You can't go after the whole industry.
And if it could cause additional safety issues, which could cost more lives, it just doesn't make any sense at all.
She just talked about the ELD, John.
Yeah.
Supposed to save 26 lives a year.
Ain't saving nothing.
Right.
That was
So
on.
what's been going on with Jamie? You've been creating a little bit of noise.
I don't mean to. I'm trying to stay under the radar, and I keep getting put out there one way or another.
So go ahead.
I've decided to take a pro boxing fight. I haven't fought in 8 years, but just something I feel like I'm fighting against so many things internally right now, like the state of the world, the economy, inflation, just so many different things. And I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated from the inside out. And, I see so many other people struggling. And I move back to my hometown and I see kids getting jumped and there are shootings. And I figure what better way to, make myself feel like myself again instead of trying to find a way to filter everything that's going on in the world. And the only way I know to do that is to train and practice martial arts. And boxing seems like a great challenge because I have boxed, I don't want to say how long ago, but I did fight the national champion and I beat her. And I was undefeated as a stand-up fighter. And I understand that it's been a long time and I'm a mixed martial arts. I've been in mixed martial arts for so long that it's going to be an adjustment. I have to change my stance. I can only punch. I was sparring this girl. She's like 15 and she's really good, like pressure fighter. She's coming in with a 1-2, 1-2. And I'm like bobbing and weaving trying to get out. And at one point I'm like, wow, she's fast. And I'm just getting back into shape. So I've been running and doing different types of workouts. So I'm really sore and a little slow compared to what I normally am if I were in fight shape. And this 15-year-old girl comes up and she's laying it on me and I pivot out and I almost threw a knee. I'm like, oh my gosh, this could be really bad. So I have a lot of work to do, a lot of practice. I'm with a really good team. Jack Mook, he is a retired detective. And Mary Casamassa, she's 22 years old. She just won her second pro fight by third round TKO. She's 6 foot, 152 pounds, a beautiful physical athletic specimen. It's like I aspire to be like her. So I got this bigger, stronger, younger, faster professional woman working with me. And it's humbling. It really is challenging.
So where is this fight supposed to take place?
In the Pittsburgh region somewhere, maybe either beginning to mid-November or early December. I was hoping, and I did mention it to my coach, that it would make more sense to have it before Thanksgiving so we can have a better crowd, because when the holidays hit, people have things going on, parties, excuses, whatever. And since this is my comeback fight out of retirement, pro debut in boxing, I'd like to have a good crowd there, a good time, celebrate the city. I would like to fight somebody that's not from Pittsburgh because I want everybody in my corner, So we'll see how it goes. There's a few things that need to fall into place, but I figured if I want to do this, I better start now. And this is my third week with my coach. And prior to that, I just started running. So I'm just getting back into it. And I'm excited. I feel confident. And I'm already to the point where my mindset is I feel sorry for whoever I'm going to fight.
I was asked that for a reason, because somebody might have had the impression you were going to be fighting at Gettysburg.
Oh, really? Are there fights that happen there often?
That's what I'm hearing. I'll get back with you on that a little later, who tipped me off to that source.
Yeah.
So while you're doing all this, you seem to have acquired an award last night.
I did. That was my friend Smokin' Jim Frazier. He's actually an NFL scout. He's been, a co-host of many Pittsburgh sports shows, and he's been a wonderful support of my MMA fighting back years ago. And he reached out to me and goes, "Hey, Jamie, you've been selected for this award." And it was the 48th year for this award to go out from, different promotions. So he was in on it this time. And, somebody posted something on the award post. It was very rude, like, "Oh, who's smoking Jim? Ha ha ha, you deserve better." Like, you don't know my friend. You don't know what he's done. He's done so many great things in the community, and I'm humbled and honored. Like, he's been on many, cable news shows, and I I would rather be alongside somebody that's a friend that wants to honor women in the community for doing good things than, one of these haters that, "Oh, not that award's not good enough." It was just very disappointing to see somebody act that way. So I was humbled and honored, and I'm grateful to Smoke and Jim and uh, the other promotions and the attorney that sponsored us. And I think it was a wonderful event. It was, top notch, and it was well thought out. There were bands that were playing. It was a wonderful thing. So they also were doing charity things for kids in the region, and I always like to see that too. So it meant a lot to me. It really did.
Well, and I've noticed you've been doing a lot of interacting with the younger generation on Saturdays. Could you
Yeah,
care to talk about that a little bit?
yeah, this started back in 2016. It actually started in North Park, and I called it Kicks for Kids. And the athletic director at North Park said, "Listen, if you're going to do these special programs, you need to charge for it." And I said, "Honestly, like, I just broke up with my boyfriend I was only with him a year. It was just something that I felt bad inside. I wanted to do good in the world, and I thought, well, what better way to overcome these feelings and get back on track than to help kids?" And really enjoyed it. The program went well. I didn't charge for it. I had like 25 kids in this class. They were so cute, and the weather ended up being it put a damper on things. So I was able to transition to top tier gym. That's it's in the Pittsburgh region on Camp Horn Road, and they sponsored the event or the class every Saturday by letting me hold it there, no charge. And the kids come in and they learn discipline and self-defense and conditioning, but certain things that I like to teach them, like we have 3 roles. And I know they're simple, but like some of these things I didn't realize until in my 20s. So I'm like, if I could get these kids ahead of time, then they're going to live a great life and understand things. But basically, the first role is the golden rule: treat others as you would like to be treated. Because when there's kids in martial arts, they like to punch and kick things and throw things. They get excited. So the second they get out of line, we're like, "Okay, guys, what's rule number 1? Was it smart to punch little Jenny in the stomach? No, not a good idea." so so they've been great at following that rule. Rule number 2 is if at first you don't succeed, try again. Like, we don't teach quitters in this class. If it gets difficult, and it will, then take some deep breaths, slow it down a little bit, and work through it. So that's another core value I'd like these kids to have. And then the third role, like I said, I didn't realize that we can overcome our own thoughts until I was in my 20s, because I was just on autopilot for years. God help my mother. But basically, the third role is speak to yourself in your mind as kindly as you would speak to your best friend. Positive self-talk. So when they say, "I can't do this," or "man," they start complaining. Like, what's rule number 3? Are you speaking kindly to yourself? Are you cheering yourself on? So they start to get it, and they'll even catch me when I'm like, "Oh, I don't know if I could do that." They're like, "Rule number 3." So
Hmm.
it's just some great values that, I wish, like, my parents were wonderful parents. It just didn't register in time. So if I can get them ahead of the game, maybe they'll have more success.
Well, and I understand, and every parent, all the parents have a different way in which they raise their kids. I mean, my dad had the envision of always coming home with a Spartan attitude,
Yeah.
and mom had always kind of looked at him like, "Really?" But the bottom line of it is, I didn't give up in a lot of things that I did either. John, did you have anything you'd like to ask our guest?
I'm just curious on, so you're transitioning to boxing as opposed to mixed martial arts, and you already covered how hard it is to keep those feet planted. And of course, I guess you really don't want to keep them planted. You want to stay on your toes, but you know what I mean. You don't want to be swinging them either.
Right.
And I did see at one time you got a wicked roundhouse kick. I remember a video with a bottle.
Remember
Much fun.
The one
The
where
way the luck the president's going, he may want her services.
He may. But I'm kind of curious, as opposed to the mixed martial arts rounds, I believe were what, 2-minute rounds or 3-minute rounds at tops?
yeah, well,
What minutes of
yes. So for boxing, I will be fighting 4 2-minute rounds.
okay. So it's not too bad. It's not terribly long. 2 minutes can be quite a while though.
Oh yeah, when somebody's aiming at your head the entire time, it's like I can't just take a pause and kick them in the leg a few times to keep them off my face, you know. So I really have to focus on perfecting, you know, all things boxing. Like I want to become a technician, and that's why I wanted to go with Jack Mulk at Jack's Boxing and what he's done with Mary, like her center line, her center balance, her footwork. You know, just the way she executes everything. She's smooth, she's clean, she's accurate. She's fast and she's classy. She's a class act. I mean, she's a wonderful young woman, and I think she is what most young athletes should aspire to be like. You know, she doesn't have an ego. She comes in, she's humble, but when she gets to work. But when you get in there, I got hit by her. Oh yeah, so, she's bigger than me. Like I said, we have headgear on too, and I'm used to sparring without headgear. Because in MMA, I mean, we're mixing it up across the body. We're not focusing on just the head, even though you can get hit. But it's bad practice not to spar with headgear on. But I just hated it. I just felt I like to be free. I like freedom. So here at this gym, there's none of that. You have to wear headgear. It's all business. They're coming for your head. You better pair, you better block, you better counter, you better use your jab as defense first. Offense is the best defense. And then this 14-year-old, if you'd have seen her, she's just a bruiser. And this other girl, Jessica, I mean, she's even faster and just as good. I'm just so impressed with how he's trained these young women. And I get in there and I'm, a seasoned fighter. I've beat the national champion. It's been a long time, and these young women are kicking my ass. So
14-year-olds, are you?
What's that?
So you're getting beat up by 14-year-olds, are you?
And they're like, hit her. And I'm like, I think of my daughter who's 13 and my other one who's 19. I'm like, oh, I want to throw the right cross. Better not, because, I just am more of a passive. I've been a coach for so long, so I've been more passive in my sparring. And that's another habit that I have to break. I've developed bad habits because I've trained with such new people for so long, teaching them that I haven't been challenged. And that's another reason why I wanted to take this fight. I want to be challenged. I want to become a technician of boxing. I've been going to the boxing fights, supporting the boxing community, and I love it. I absolutely love it. And I was judging boxing fights in West Virginia because I did get my judging license with the West Virginia State Athletic Commission. And it was great seeing the footwork at the higher level. Like the amateurs, they come in and it's brawling, they're tired fast. But at the higher levels, the pro levels, or even advanced amateur, just the beauty of the sweet science and their footwork, and being able to pivot out so quickly, counter, get in there. It inspired me. It really has. So
I had a video here a while ago where I got that announcer from, and it looked to me like you got some good footwork for boxing, for mixed martial arts, for stand-up fighting. It looked to me like you had some good footwork. I know that's been a few years, but that should come back, right? That should be like riding a bicycle.
Oh, yes. It's just a matter of conditioning. Well, the one big difference is the stance for boxing. I have to be, instead of having my right foot, my back foot out on a 45 a little too much, it has to be where my heel, if I were to line it up with my front foot, would come up to where my toe is. So I have to, a more linear, than I was before. So I'm not as balanced that way to be ready to throw a kick. So the reason for that, it minimizes the upper body space. So if I'm a little more sideways, more linear, it minimizes their target, so I'm better protected. The difference, though, the big difference that I'm struggling with is the 80% of my weight on my back foot. I want to switch it up. I want to bring my foot out to the side. I want to leg kick. And for the past 2 weeks, that's all I've been doing is just a ton of footwork. And my back calf muscle has been screaming. I was running on top of it. I got up the one morning. He has us at the gym at 4:30 in the morning, 4 days a week, and then back again in the evening. So I got up last Thursday morning. I'm like, Coach, I can't walk today. Like literally legs just weren't working. I'm like, oh, I'm good. Yeah. So he was like, take today off. So I did. I took Thursday, Friday off. I did some stretching and I just worked a lot yesterday. But tomorrow morning we're back at it, and that's very challenging. He even said to me, he goes, listen, that footwork, I don't want to see that Muay Thai stuff. Get it right. And he's like, I don't care if you have to stay in the ring and practice over and over again for hours. Just fix it. We don't have time. If you want to fight this fall, winter, got to be ready. Got to get this done first. We don't have time. So,
John, I'm thinking maybe we may have to call somehow get a hold of Burgess Meredith.
who's that?
Sean comes
John Shea.
the people from Indiana that I don't know.
You don't remember Burgess Meredith?
Name rings a bell, but I can't put it together.
Whack, 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 whack.
Oh, you talking about Rocky Balboa here?
Well, yeah, but he also played the Penguin on Batman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because why do I always feel like the Lone Ranger in these moments? So yeah, actually in the movie, Rocky had a problem with his feet, and Burgess actually tied his two legs together, and he could only move them so far.
Yeah. Yeah.
One time, Grosvenor, just one time.
I don't know, man. That was stuff. I don't know if that's gonna work.
Burgess Meredith. He was with John Wayne in Harm's Way.
Okay, I believe you. I remember the Rocky movies.
So where are you, gentlemen? How far are you from Pittsburgh?
I'm sitting in Massillon, Ohio tonight.
Not too far.
No,
So
Sean travels over the road, so it could be possible that when this fight happens, you might be right up in the Pittsburgh area, and it's possible he could be 1,000 miles away.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I live near
John,
so
yeah,
away.
John's what I call the sophisticated truck driver. He's home every night now.
Oh, nice.
ELD. I used to be over the road. I pretty much gave the finger to trucking with the ELD, said I'll never use the thing. I've stayed to my word on it, and so I drive a truck every day, in which case I do not have to use the ELD. I do not have to keep a record of duty status, as in logbook of any type. So
Yeah,
I
we
do
know somebody else that made that statement too, and John's been the only one to live up to that one.
So you've got to let us know when this fight's going to happen. So apparently they didn't schedule a date yet.
Not yet, no.
So you got to come back on again just before the fight to give us an update on the date, where it's going to happen, and
I'll keep you posted on everything. I'm really excited. It's I'm with good people, so I feel that if I'm in shape, that's the biggest hurdle for me. Getting in shape, getting used to the stance again, and throwing enough punches. I already know how to fight. You know, I know how to parry the punches, move my head. I know how to strategize, go into the body. I know all that. It's just a matter of just perfecting it just to boxing, becoming a technician.
So do you know who you're fighting?
He has a couple of prospects, one girl from New York and a couple of others. So we'll see.
John, has our other guest showed up yet?
She's been here right now. She's not. I can see her in the back room, but she's not on screen in the back room.
I'm going to ask Jamie to stick around because she really wants to meet Jamie.
Oh, okay. Do you mind sticking around?
Oh, no problem. I do have about 10 minutes or so. Is that okay?
Okay, so we'll go ahead and bring on in our next guest, and a lot of our listeners and a lot of our people that know, they remember Trucking with V. She's been very active in certain things around in the trucking community.
Before you get on, just real quick, have you found that people that are part of the trucking community have been running for office at the municipality level at all? I have a reason.
I only know of one.
Okay.
From New Jersey.
Okay. Well, the reason why I asked is because I've been working with this gentleman that created a new platform to help people on the right side to get elected. And it's quite fascinating and very easy to use, great for committees. So just wanted to throw that out there. It's called getelected.org.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
We might have to look into that, John.
Of course. I think V is about ready. We'll bring V in and let you guys get acquainted here. Hey, V, how you doing?
I'm good, John. How are you? And how's Tracy and everybody? And good evening, Sean. And Jamie, it's an honor, baby.
Oh,
It's an honor. I love what you do with your children. I just started following you. I'm all in the boxing and fighting, and look, I might not be able to ever meet you in person, but I love what you're doing. I love your inspiration. I know training is hard. I love the smiles, and I definitely love what you do in the community with them children.
thank
And you'll see me around. I'll holler at you.
I haven't
You
seen.
know, yeah. You excited about your fight in
I've
October?
been right, just getting back in shape again. It's been a little bit of a transition. The body doesn't heal as quickly as you want. I want to be able to run 10 miles every day after going from 0 miles. So, I'm just being patient with myself, and I'm confident that I'll do well when the time comes. And I'm in great hands with a great coach and a great team.
I seen your awards. You're going to do great. Training is hard, and it's going to go one or two ways. But whatever way it goes, you're still an inspiration to all them girls. Imagine the impression you're laying on 14 and 15-year-old girls. The mindset you can put them in, no matter their background, their environment. I made a comment on your post. Me and you are two different people. I know street fight, you know ring
Oh,
fight.
how do you think
Um,
I got it? I grew up in the North Side. I've
oh
been.
yeah, but baby, they ain't doing my kind of fighting now. I gotta shut the hell up. They'll shoot me.
So you're
Yeah,
the one with the
I
crowbar,
yeah.
B.
Do what, baby?
So you're the one carrying the crowbar.
Look, I'm just gonna have to waste one, and I don't believe in wasting ammo right now. But Jamie, you are a true inspiration, baby, and you'll see.
Jamie, Jamie, very quickly,
Yeah.
Vicky and I were talking, and you're actually dealing with a former roller derby doll.
Oh yeah, that's a true badass right there.
Now he's telling my age. We're
Oh, I
talking
love this.
77 to 81, baby. You know,
Hey,
and
you
a lot.
started it when I brought up the Thunderbirds from California.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what? Charlotte Roller Derby, I did find out, is a crew of 12 women right now. Eastland Mall has been closed down or tore down, or I don't know, but I did research it. But the Thunderbirds are doing great, and
Yep.
they have a traveling team now, and I remember all of us. Uh, Four to this car, three to this car. Oh, your dad got a van. Can you seal it for the weekend? We're all going to jump in a little weekend bag and we'll shoot up the road to, Columbia, South Carolina, Bluefield, West Virginia, Rehoboth Beach, Delaware had a roller. I'm talking 30 years ago, but damn, it was good. Jamie, you're an inspiration still, baby. Yeah. Um, I
Decade.
didn't want to, I
Yeah.
don't know how to react to that. He remembered that. But yeah, Vicious Vicky.
Well, and kind of what started it all was back in the 70s. I used to watch roller derby on TV,
Oh, yeah.
and
Oh,
what I told Vicky was I remember the Thunderbirds. They had this big black woman.
Big May.
I mean, she was so damn big. She had 5 numbers on her jersey, and
Yeah.
4 girls would get a hold of her. 2 would grab her arms, 2 would push her. And when she got rolling, you didn't want to be in her way.
Yeah. You
Oh,
didn't
I
want to
watched
be.
her take out a whole damn team one
Yes,
segment.
they did.
I mean,
I
she
look.
took them all out.
She had a, they called it the bowling ball move. She sure did.
Yep.
She could take five, but they did.
I'm not
I
kidding you.
looked it up
All the them
after
women
when you
went
saw.
scattering just like a bowling
Yeah,
balls,
it's
just like
called a,
pins.
yeah, a corner bowling ball move. Awesome. Yeah.
after you.
Jamie, you're gonna do great, baby. Yeah. Hey Jamie, you got children in driver's ed?
Oh, my 19-year-old, I taught her how to drive.
I love you for teaching her. Teach her the Smith system, baby.
Yeah.
Teach
This.
her just to slow down, to
Oh
put
yeah.
the
That
phone down.
that one.
Vicky, she don't know the Smith system.
That's all right. It's five easy elements. You can look it up. Uh, I know you're, look, it's a pinned video. Look ahead. No, always leave a way out. It's simple stuff. and you use it every day, you'll be surprised. I don't know it by heart. I don't know, learned this thing called PowerPoint, and everything's touchscreen in my world, or that damn Siri or Sarah, if I could get her name right. They said she ain't never gonna answer you. You don't know how to say her name. I'm saying Siri. Sarah, I don't know what I was calling her, but they got a big laugh off of me. Now I just use the pointer on the PowerPoint, but it's a pinned video. I need to know them. I should know them. I preach it. I use it. Check your mirrors. Always leave your way out.
So the thing about the
Or
school
down
system,
the road.
it was all good kids like milk. Aim high in steering, get the big picture, keep your eyes moving, leave yourself an out, and make sure certain they see you.
Yeah, there you go.
And all
And
the
it's and,
kids-
and it's that simple. And John had my back, and I love it. But yeah, yeah. Thank you, John. Yeah,
That's
and
great.
they're real easy and simple. Look, we use them. You use them. You just don't realize it. But it's a system that's been taught for years, and I should be able to rattle them off just like John did. But hell, I do so much rattling, they don't pay no attention to me. I done got me a damn doll that I'm beating the shit out of. Oh God, what happened, Sean? I do mental health awareness too, Jamie. I appreciate you staying around for a minute. You made it more comfortable for me,
Oh, well,
Jamie. I'm gonna shut up now.
I'm so excited to learn more about you. So you're in trucking,
I
right?
am a truck driver. I teamed with my old husband for 16 years. 2015, God, he's gone. I was diagnosed with a brain tumor. I didn't work 2015, 16. I went back to work through Americans with Disability Act in 2017. And when they told me I couldn't work no more, they said, "You ain't gonna be no truck driver." I said, "I'll be damned." Uh, I went on this research project. I said, "You gonna tell me I can't drive? And this is what's going on out here?" Hell, I applied for a CDL program and had my CDL for 18 years. They had me in the orientation. I done took the drug test, did the. I said, I'm setting all. I'm telling everything because y'all suck at this training shit nowadays. But yeah, I'm nobody, baby. My monkey is what they really follow. Monkey's gonna do a little shit. I have little characters. I go get stuffed animals. I'll see something that's cute. I'll put them on that little talking pet. I ain't nobody, Jamie. If you
Oh,
really want to catch up with me, get on a bonfire or tell me about a creature. I'm all trucking, baby. I'm all ink and miles. I promise you, all ink and miles. Sunshine, good vibes. That's
yeah.
all, baby. I'm gonna preach Smith system. Slow down. We gotta drive. How the highway talks to you. Um, you're gonna do great. You're gonna do
Right.
great.
So I did drive a little bit. I became a Teamster last year.
You
So
drove a CDL?
I didn't get my CDL. I drove a van, you know,
Okay, that's all right. There's
but I got in and I was working with the local movies that came in, and I was on one show. And then with the pandemic and everything, they required me to get the vaccine, and I couldn't work anymore. So because I don't want to, so I'm losing money every week until they lift that. Because in order to be a van driver, you have to be in the red zone, and in the red zone, you work with the cast and the directors and all the props people, all the support people, and you drive them from catering to the base camp to the set. So it was the best job in the world. I just drove around in circles. I got to play music, meet all kind of wonderful people, and I absolutely love it. The hours were insane though. Absolute crazy hours. And
okay.
it was really sad because I thought that I had something good going on there, and they required everybody to get backs. And I said no. They just called me for a job a couple of weeks ago, and I said, "Do you still have that vaccine requirement?" And they said yes. And I just feel like I can't earn money because I chose to not move forward with that. And I didn't think that was fair.
I just um and it's not, and I'm just going to relate my story to your story, and we've kind of forgotten about Sean and John, but give me 1 minute, y'all.
That's
um I
It's
You
I
okay.
got
girls are doing fine. Just keep on
I'm not
going.
I'm not doing the vaccine neither.
mm,
um when I thought they were going to, truck drivers, we went through a thing about a year ago. We
I
thought
remember.
they were going to put it on our physical, but
Yeah.
they somehow they didn't put it on our physical. They still trying to get it, but I'm not taking it. I had a paid for monoset monkey cotton top, and I in North Carolina. I got my exotic license. I did the class. His cage is built. He's a rainforest. Paid for shipping. Right now, he is in Monkeys Are Us in Tennessee.
Wait a minute. This is a real monkey.
Yet it's a finger monkey, cotton top. His name is Monkey. But I cannot get him because my insurance won't cover him because the
Uh,
exotic licensed handler in North Carolina. There's only 6 states you can have these monkeys in. You got to go through a lot to get them, and I'm sorry about your COVID situation, but I lost about $12,000 because I won't take it, and I sold that monkey a month ago for $1,000.
oh, I'm
Now,
sorry.
I'm not taking that COVID. I don't know what's in it, and the research ain't done.
Right.
And when I was one of them little good old country girls with no ink and no miles, I was a nurse. And they experimenting on people out here, and I'm not finna to be uh, I'm
Yeah.
not finna to be your hot. There ain't no telling what the hell they turned my ass into. I
Look at
already
Joe. Look at Joe. He's got it. Joe's got COVID again.
Hey,
Uh,
and I believe, that's a shame because Joe Biden's sick, y'all. That man's sick. I'm so. Hey, look, Jamie, you're gonna have to come back because there's some guy named the Colonel on this show, and if he was on here tonight, I would not say this shit right here. But Joe Biden, they using that poor man.
oh yeah.
He is being a that man is ate up with Alzheimer's. Go sit his ass down
I
somewhere. So now they're using this COVID shit, and I'm not all educated and politicianed up and know the right kind of people, honey. I'm more over here with Jelly Roll. I'm really from the wrong side of the track. Like everything I got, I've given, and I probably done give it away. And then when I needed me, there wasn't nothing to give myself, so it's gone. And what am I finna to go do? Go to work. Cause I just Joe Biden, that's a shame. I don't know what to say about that, but I'll tell you what, they couldn't handle the truth Donald Trump was spitting out. That's the only thing they don't want.
well, the thing was like, if you even mention Trump, some people just shell up and die. They roll over and die. It's just embarrassing. But if you take an educated person that has no idea the situation that's going on, and you play a clip from the news on how he's portrayed, and then he plays actual speech, two
Hmm.
completely different things. And that's when I realized that there's, some programming going on in the media to a certain extent that, it divided the country. Instead of looking at the policies, yes, he was brash and all of these things, but at the same time, his policies, look how great it was, before all of this. So it's like they're currently purposely trying to destroy the country from the inside out. I mean, it looks blatant. They're like, oh, it's not from his policies if you go back. And these Democrats actually believe that. They actually believe that it's because of the former president, the situation that we're in today. Not the case. It really isn't. The second he got in office, he reversed all the bills that were in place for the better policies from the previous administration.
Oh, well, if it's Trump's problem and they're blaming him, then why am I spending almost $6 a gallon for diesel nowadays?
Yeah.
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 We
And then
weren't
I
doing
gotta
that during
say,
the Trump administration.
No.
yeah. Well, let's go to the next subject because I don't know nothing about that. Let's go to the AB5.
Which,
What you know about the AB5? You know, it's going to hurt a lot of our owner
She's
operators.
not familiar with what's going on in
That's
California right now, Vicky.
Oh, yeah.
What's going?
I'm sorry. Jamie, you going to get there. I'm going to learn how to throw a foot. Hey, look, when you told me how your stance was,
Yeah,
I was looking at my feet like, but I don't fight sideways. Yeah.
yeah,
I don't, I'm top heavy.
yeah.
You're under, I can't fight sideways. I'm top heavy. Hell, you ain't got to worry about busting a gut. You might hit my titty the wrong way. I'm going to get your ass. I'm glad I can kick
Oh,
my ass. Hey, I went to your website. It said parental advisement. I'm good. But
Great.
we do have kids on here. I love kids.
Me too.
Yeah, we got all kind of issues going on in trucking. Jamie, I love what you do, baby. I don't know what you want to talk about next. Maybe
Well,
I
with
just shut
trucking,
up. Maybe I look over
Jamie, I
there.
did warn you she's from North Carolina, did I not?
Oh, but
my kind
Jamie,
of people.
I was born, bred, and raised now in Gretna, Jefferson Parish, Louisiana. I left there when I was 9 and went to Wilmington, Delaware. My daddy was a merchant marine,
Oh wow.
and my mama was a hoe hopper.
you don't. I think in Mississippi, so you're from Louisiana.
Yeah, Dottie has something for you, and George went and supported all these kids. He leave, he don't know what the hell he come home to, and we just being honest because my mama was something else. Yeah, but yeah, I'm something else. You something else. We're all women. We've rose above our environment, our situation. Trucking's my passion. That's all I know. Ink and miles.
Hey,
Um,
girl power.
John and TJ. Hey, you ever watched The Witch's Brew?
Yes.
He
Yeah.
was on
Oh,
the Witch's
oh
Brew.
my God, I love
Yeah.
that show. And
Yeah.
I've seen where Baby Doll. You know Baby Doll?
No.
Show 'em.
No.
That that's Cheryl. I think
Baby
Yeah.
doll made a
Yeah.
comment that said, "That's my girl," and I'm a literal person. I'm very Pacific. You know what? Like, I wish I knew how to joke and play around and stuff, but I talk about things that are Pacific to me. But you inspire me, girl. That's all I can say. And I'm
Oh, you
damn near
inspire
60.
me being a woman in trucking. That's not an easy thing, and but it's one thing that's nice is the community, the trucking community with men and women. You all seem supportive of each other. You all seem to have each other's back. You know the struggles, and you keep fighting. And we
Oh,
need.
we as truckers go through stuff too. We not all I'm not perfect. My mouth get me in more damn trouble than the law allow. But at the end of the day, uh, my favorite thing is that I tell the truth. You know, this
Yeah.
is terrible. Training is terrible. Relationships terrible. Selling people the delusion of trucking is terrible. Not training them right is terrible. What you doing to these 1099 employees is terrible. The lease program. Show me 10 people that made it on a lease program and didn't have a balloon payment of $15,000. I love you, Sean. But see, you smart. That's why. But then again, I got to give credit where credit's due. That's why Sean does what he does with John and TJ because he is educated. You know what I'm saying? You know, he is looking out for the better good. I went to his page today. He's all trucker. And that's all we're asking. My teeth and my tongue fall out. My mind and my heart fall out. What makes you think me and you ain't going to fall out?
Damn, Vicky, that sounds about as almost as good as the compliment my dad gave me one day.
I'm sorry, baby. But when we fall out, we
Uh,
recover.
yeah, he told me one day I might make a truck driver,
Well, you a truck driver? No, he a truck driver.
and
This
then, and then when that's when I put it
I
in
went
after
like
the first
years back.
pass.
I
That's
went
when
and
I
looked at
backed in
on
after the
Mutual
first pass.
Credit.
Yeah, I get it. I think a lot of what you'll find out, Jamie, is that we do a lot in policing our own, kind
Yeah.
of like you probably do with the MMA.
Yes.
You all police your own.
Yes.
And when we see a bad apple out here, we have a tendency, well, sometimes they just don't last very long.
There you go. Yeah.
John will tell you there's a couple of them that have went by the wayside.
But you know what? We can't tell you. You got to find out for yourself because nobody could tell me. Baby doll couldn't tell me 2.5 years ago and everything. She said, she said, Vicky, they're gonna eat you up and chew your ass out. I said, I don't care. I'm gonna be on camera doing it. And I gave them 88,000 miles, 1,811 index cards. Look, I was on Facebook telling them, yep, if you mess with me, I'm doing an index card. I'm research. I'm a nonprofit. I don't want a penny. I done wrote down your name, what company, what picture you done had. I did a calendar, had 2,000 there, and burned it up in a damn bonfire because somebody sent me a letter saying breach of privacy. But then I found out that's all gossip anyway. But anyway, but it wasn't true. That's why I say it was gossip. If you email
Ooh.
me, an email's a legal document. I didn't have to. I was so scared though. I burnt the whole damn calendar up in a live. Yeah, I got a registered letter saying I did not want my picture in your. Oh shit. Okay, wait a minute. I didn't see this thing. But then I found out, well, you emailed me the picture. I can't help what you didn't like. The email, it came from you to me. I didn't know a damn email was a legal document until after the fact.
Anything in writing, even a text.
Uh, I, you know what? If it come to that far, if me and you fall out that damn deep, honey, we're not going backwards. I promise. If we fall out, you don't want your picture in. I burn the whole damn thing up. That don't matter. Hey Jamie. What I did was really research, baby. I'm a diagnosed Sigma introvert. Diagnosed on paper from the age of 9 years old. I was in school talking about. You forget all. I went one day and I said, okay, I'm not coming back here tomorrow. I went the damn next day. I said, okay, you keep playing with me. I'm not coming back here tomorrow. Thursday they took me to school. I said, okay, I'll come back here tomorrow. Y'all gonna be sorry because I'm tearing this whole damn classroom up. They threw me in government and said I was a Sigma introvert. Leave me alone. I got a hell of an education. I just get it on my own.
There you
You
go.
ain't gonna tell me when to get it. I promise you. Yeah,
That-
all them kids blew
So,
my mind.
Jamie,
Oh,
I'm
mental
compelled to ask.
illness. What you
I'm
say, baby?
compelled to. I'm compelled to ask. So, when you have this fight in October, is there any way that you could put it somewhere on social media to be watched, or would you prefer everybody come to wherever in Pittsburgh?
I want Derek. I think he's going to be the promoter, Derek Giunta. I'm hoping like he will do some type of streaming service, but I don't know. It's supposed to be an all-female fight card. Mary's going to headline it, so we'll see what happens. So that's the rumor anyway. I would like it to be on video, so we'll see.
If you get a chance, get in touch with me. If that's the case, we'll put it up on the TIBN.
Okay.
If nothing else, we got to find somebody who lives out that area and take a camera with them and put it
Yeah.
on video himself. Go watch the fight and record it and put it on video so we can see it.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Who yet?
Make it happen,
Chris
Jamie.
Wyatt. We'll get
all them stars and stuff, baby. Jamie, you got people out here. You know, you got the right demeanor, the right attitude. Write some ask letters. Yeah, do the community outreach. I ain't asking for nothing. You gonna hear my mouth regardless. But
Phil says she
I tell you,
wants
you know
website.
what?
She can be a video recorder.
Yeah, you should come up. Come up for the fight.
October, Pennsylvania. Yeah, ain't no snow
November.
up there.
I'm hoping he does it early to mid-November before Thanksgiving. So, I mean, usually the weather is pretty mild up here then. We
Oh
usually
yeah, that's the first thing I'm gonna look at, baby, because my snow day's over. I'm the 1 to 3 inch girl,
Yeah.
and that's all we doing. I done froze over in North Dakota. I was hit in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and I just went through a whole engine burn up.
Oh,
When was that? Right before Thanksgiving. I did Eagle Mountain, whole engine gone
oh
in the
no.
old truck. I drifted down Eagle Mountain. I called myself a bad bitch that day.
That is
Oh,
scary.
buddy.
Yeah, I was bad that day. I was fighting it, and I wasn't quite 80,000 pounds, but I was right at 68. Whole engine died, burned up, squirting oil all over the place. And I still love that man because that damn man, he did. My truck was dyno tuned. Yeah, your buddy Sean, you know who I'm talking about. But he a good guy. He didn't know the truck sat a long time, and I like to have that truck today though. Yeah, that truck was a beast. Yeah. So
That's right.
yeah, I'm done with snow, baby. My snow days is definitely over. It's
Listen,
boiling out.
Berg, I'm
Oh
done
look,
with snow too. I'm coming down in the winter when it gets too cold here and staying with you in North Carolina. Like,
you know what? I live at 2024 Breezewood Drive in Kannapolis. I call myself the homeless trucker because I travel to all my kids' house and aggravate the shit out of them. And then when I'm done aggravating them, I
really,
move on to the next one. And my daughter live in Delaware. I'll go squatting with her for a little bit. And then I'll go to Charlotte with my son Joy or Junior. Or then I come down here to Kings Mountain. I ain't gonna be I stay by myself all the time in that truck, baby. Mental illness is real. And
heck.
I don't never want you to experience it. You stay social, baby. You
Oh,
stay
I'm pretty much an
with
extrovert.
them children.
I have my times. I might seem like I'm very social, but I need a couple days a week with no people. I start to get anxiety. I start to feel exasperated. I need my downtime.
Yeah, I'm like I need that daily. Like my children, yeah, I go through a lot of that, babe. And I think it's being women,
Hmm.
maybe situation. May
Yeah.
we're years apart, but I can't imagine how. Imagine there's still 80-year-olds out here driving. There's 18-year-olds out here driving. There's 40-year-olds, and we're from different generations and different states. Doesn't hurt to say, "Hey, how you doing? You eat today? You
Yeah.
all right? I love your smile." Without, you know, what happened? Where'd everybody go? Oh,
I
Sean
think
done left us.
I think Amadi froze up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, he'll come back.
He
Um,
will.
yeah, Jamie, it's great though. You'll love, TJ John's wife.
I've seen Tracy. Is that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
that
seen those
yeah.
social networks through you guys. So
Uh,
Jamie was on the first time Jamie come onto this program was through the Witches Brew.
yeah.
oh
Cheryl
wow,
and
I
Heck.
used to watch the I watch it, and to be honest, I didn't catch you then, but I'm so glad I caught you now, and you're an inspiration, like totally. When you fight, girl, we're gonna put it on that projection screen right
Oh my
there.
gosh.
Yeah, because
Oh,
that's what we just did
you guys
with
are gonna make me train so hard. I swear. Like
yeah.
there's no way I'm losing this fight with all of you there in America supporting me. That's just
Oh,
unbelievable.
your
It brings
support is going.
tears to my eyes.
Yeah, we'll need it. We'll have you on the side of something. I'll write it out on the wall. Yeah, I'll
Listen,
go.
I have a banner, like a sponsorship banner. I just want to put the little truckers emblem on there, like without the sponsorship, just to show that I support. I'm in with
Yeah,
you.
you can get one of them anywhere, baby. Yeah, but do
Okay?
what you believe in, honey. Truckers, they love things to believe in, baby. They do, Jamie. Yeah, they got truckers out here living their truck. They got truckers that are truly homeless in these trucks, depressed. Hell, I know women being raped in the truck. My ink, my research, you don't have to follow me. I'll tell you all about it. It's a whole sleeve on my arm. Friendship, love, suicide, homicide. It's happening in trucking, baby. I promise you, Jamie. And now we
I can,
got owner operators going to lose their ass because of a law that was meant to be good that has been totally turned around. You can't screw drivers with this 1099 thing, and that's all we got
just
to protect.
fight, keep fighting.
Yeah,
Don't
oh
give
yeah.
up. It's
I
so easy.
want to on one way, but I know both sides of it, and California's a mess, and I know them owner operators are hurting.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we needed it in the down on the lowest. of low, we needed it to protect the driver, and I'm a driver advocate. So I don't care about your owner operator that's afraid to pay your workman's comp insurance but want to charge you triple. I don't. It's a whole nother issue, Jamie.
No, if I can.
Nothing to worry about, baby.
Well, you
Yeah.
have my support. If I could create any awareness for you truckers, I mean, I have your back.
Hey, do slow down, move over. Do a truckers independent broadcasting system. I'm done. I'm going to drive, honey. I'm going to spend a weekend every month on a vacation and love everything I see out my windshield. And I'm a true W-2 employee, and it's done. All I got to do is deliver, unload, take care of a wrong address, keep my truck clean. Hell, I can go to the way the world going. I can go get a free dog at the Humane Society or a cat or anything else. I didn't need that monkey. I wanted the monkey, but I'm not
So
taking the COVID.
that reminds me of another thing I learned today. So I didn't know about this. Maybe you as truckers may know about it, but I really do try to stay away from the news when I'm fight training, only
Mhm.
because I need my mindset to stay positive and that fear-based mentality that they push. So I really don't know what's going on in the world. I'm like really
Mhm.
You're
trying.
all the better for it.
Yeah, I feel better for it, but I'm not. I want to be effective in helping the communities and make change, which I am helping with at getelected.org to support people at the municipality level get elected for the right side of things. But I understand that Oklahoma, there's like a terrible drought going on right now, and the horses that are there. So I'm helping a client move from Oklahoma to Pittsburgh, well, just north of Pittsburgh. And they wanted some area for horses. They have 4 horses, and they will ship and buy and sell horses for a living. And she said Oklahoma, when they moved there 5 years ago, it was beautiful. The pastures were green. They have a big, giant horseshoe shaped pond that had plenty of water. And they're like, oh, this is great for our horses. There's water, there's everything that we need, pastures. Well, now the pond is dried up to where the pier, it's about 10 feet with no water. So the water used to be 10 feet higher.
Mhm.
The grass is all dried out, and these horses that you can usually buy for like $3,000-$4,000 are 200 pounds underweight. These poor animals, 200 pounds underweight, and they're selling them for $600 just trying to get rid of them. So, and just letting the cows go run free because there's no food, no water. Are you aware of any of this going on in Oklahoma?
Now, baby, I don't watch the news, but
Why?
no, I'm gonna look
Now,
into it because I can't imagine a horse 250 pounds underweight. But there's a lot of horse schools that are non-profits. I don't know about selling them, but don't starve them. Get them someplace that can take care of them. They're protected.
yeah,
They have been losing a lot of cattle in the
yeah.
Midwest.
The drought.
And, due to the heat and drought, and a lot of head of cattle have gone.
So
Yeah,
you can't get no water. Ain't Texas going through the same thing down there in Tyler, Texas? Is all droughted out. I
yeah.
used to haul freight down there in Tyler in Texas, and I don't know what, baby. I wish I had all the answers. I feel bad for them. I don't know what to do. I don't know
If
how to get them some water. I really don't.
We go through
if
this.
you happen to look on TikTok sometime, Jamie, there's a lady on there. I've asked her to come on the show, and she doesn't want this much exposure. Her name is Allie,
Okay.
and she actually runs a rescue for horses out of Virginia.
Oh, nice.
And I, I don't want to get too much into the details right now, but let's just say that the horses that get sold end up going to Canada.
Well, that's scary. Well, if
And what she does is she'll go to the auctioneers and she'll actually buy the horses and take them back, has the vets check them out, and then she tries to find them homes or whatever. She may just keep them on the place where she lives with her and her husband.
Yeah, if you could give me her info, I'll connect her with my client to maybe, maybe she can connect her with people in Oklahoma that need help.
But yeah, her name's Allie. If you happen to get on TikTok and see her,
Okay.
I think
and
it's
she's
on if you can find her and get her a link, it would
Yeah.
shortcut it for her.
right.
I'll be
That's
bugging.
a good old trucker.
that info. So
See all them good
Well,
old
if I get the link, I mean, we're friends on
We're gonna get
TikTok,
that
Jamie. I
horses
could send it to
saved.
you.
You watch.
yeah,
You got the right one involved.
like
You got
seriously,
the right one involved.
these animals are just dying, and our food, and it's really scary times. But I
You
choose.
know, the thing about it is, folks, we went through the Great Depression, right? Our grandparents went through the Great Depression. It was a matter of good characters how they got through it. During the collapse, economic collapse, what 1928, 1929, stock market,
29.
and you had people killed themselves. We had the Great Recession in 19 or 2000 and what 2008. We had people that were literally signs at the bottom of the bridge. If you're in distress, please call this number. People were jumping off the Delaware Memorial Bridge and killing themselves on a regular basis. Not just that bridge, but many bridges. People of good character will get through these hard times. These things happen all the time. We've seen this throughout history so many times, whether it's drought, whether the what was it, the Dust Bowl. So many cattle died. So many people were struggling to get through it. They sought refuge. It was great growth for California because a lot of people went out west trying to find work and stuff like that. But we have to learn to get through it as people.
Yeah.
Or that change is inevitable.
hmm
But it's good character though because you're willing to step up and try to find help for the horses and stuff.
Yeah, I just thought if I mentioned it, maybe you knew something because I don't know the first thing about how to go about helping this. But yeah, thanks for that. Maybe we can do some good.
Yeah.
I often complain about technology, and I'll say, I don't want that all autonomous truck. I don't want this ELD. And then I look at technology like what we're doing right here. This is the good in it. You
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
you can bring up horses. I don't know nothing about a horse, but I'm scared of that big ass thing. I throw it an apple so it'll go over there and get that apple and leave me alone. But that's about it. And then here you got a gentleman that knows somebody that knows somebody. So here's where technology comes together.
Connects.
Yeah. That's my son. It's okay. Look, I'm gonna turn the computer around because my son is very private, y'all. Uh,
Yeah, we saw that. He kind of like felt a little bashful there for a second. I think Sean
yeah,
kind of
he's
went.
yeah. And Jamie, I usually don't put my children or my grandchildren on the. I'm always about trucking, but
Yeah.
here we are, good people, just sharing information, and uh, they'll do something about them horses, honey. And people are so scared now. People want something to believe in. And then we got this big platform that is, Jamie, you're going to do great. John, I really do appreciate you. Y'all know my spiel. I'm going to let y'all have this show because we're getting ready to grill out and drink a beer.
I think we're coming to an end here. It's already 8:09. We went about 10 minutes past the hour, the cutoff point. So,
You know, I appreciate you, John.
Up. So
oh, I appreciate you too, V. I really do.
I
I
appreciate
love what you
Sean.
do. I really,
I miss you, Day. I hope you watch. I have a lot of this opened up a lot for everybody. And Jamie, you're going to do great. And I'll pop in and say, I'm checking on you, girl. And you're going to be on that right there. That's where he has a projector. And
yeah.
then, they ordered a fight and they was out here July 4th weekend. And last week was a good fight. Who fought last week, Dion? Sean O'Malley.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
so you gotta get the whole neighborhood over there in your backyard and have the popcorn and the beers going on and telling them you root for this one, you root for Jamie, you don't root for the other one, you root for Jamie.
we do this. Oh yeah. Oh no. Yeah, Dion. He'll be Dion, my friend Jamie. She's not my friend. I don't know. He'll be
You're my
thinking I
friend
know
now.
you personally, girl. But Penn State, Nittany Lions, 76,
Yeah.
class of 77, Jamie. Yeah.
Love it.
I played volleyball in Swan. Yeah.
Oh, very
I
good.
tried out for track, but that 880 and I was smoking them old damn nasty Viceroy cigarettes. I about passed out, so I stayed with volleyball.
That'll do it.
Jamie, I appreciate you, baby. John, I appreciate you. All the drivers. Thank you so much for everything you do. I'm gonna excuse myself, John.
Okay.
All
Well,
right. Good to see you. V.
Vicky, looking forward to seeing you.
Well, Jimmy, I hope you didn't hold you out too long. I know you were.
It really was a pleasure, John. I love what you do and how you keep everybody connected, and you're out there fighting the good fight. And I didn't know how else to fight the good fight other than to actually fight. So that's what I'm doing. So.
Yeah. Well, what you're doing is a lot of fun. I realize, and as long as you don't get beat up too bad in the ring, it's a lot of fun.
That's what the refs for, you know.
Yeah, break it up a little bit, right, when it comes to a clash.
Yeah, yeah. So I appreciate you. Just keep on doing what you do, and I'm here if you guys need any support.
All right, awesome. Thank you. Remember, don't forget us as far as the date goes. We want to know when the date is, when it's going to happen, where it's going to happen, and hopefully we get some people that want to go see it.
I would love that. Thanks for everything.
All right. Thank you, Jamie.
Truckers. All right. Take care.
You too. All right. I guess that's our little show tonight. I guess the girls want to come back, according to Cheryl, August the 7th. She's saying 5 p.m. She must be talking about Central Time. It's usually later. I thought it was going to be 7 p.m. But at any rate, the Witch's Brew will be coming back. And I think they're taking our Sunday away. I'll announce that now because Sean will be terribly upset. But he'll get over it. So I hope you got something out of the show, guys. Been a lot of fun to have the girls on tonight, and I'm going to go ahead and close her out. And as always, be good. And if you can't be good, well, be good at it.